This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, we've already reported this, and people are reacting now. This is hard. I never knew them. A lot of these people reacting probably never knew them either. But you felt like the Migos. They've been around for a decade. And they're not problematic. They're not the type of people in the beginning they were rapping more about the street and around street stuff. But as they became famous and really pop stars almost, they stayed away from all that stuff, and they kind of minded their own business, especially Takeoff. And he got hit with 2 stray bullets last night because a dice game that happened. Quavo was talking to the guy, as you do in a dice game. It's nothing abnormal. The guy couldn't take it. His friend brandished a gun. The Migos friend wild out with a gun because he pulled out because he saw they had a gun. And it turned into a shootout, and Takeoff get hit with 2 strays. He was minding his business, not even involved in the dice game, just looking on. 2:30 in the morning at Jay Prince Jr. event after the bowling event. You can see Jay Prince Jr. in the footage I recommend none of you watch. Someone pulled out their camera, and I want to play this from Gille because this is disgusting, and Gille is 100% right. When someone dies, and your instinct is to pull out the camera and film them on the ground, you got to be out your mind. You got to be out your mind. I don't know what's worse, you or Dahmer at that point. It's disgusting. Okay, to document someone losing their life.
Why every time something happened to a rapper or athlete or entertainer or anybody of color, the first thing you do is pull your fucking phones out and start recording and post that on the internet, man? You clowns for that, man. Y'all clowns for that, man. The last image a motherfucker want to see is they peoples laying on the ground bleeding the fuck out, man. Be having mamas, kids, grandmamas, uncles, aunties. That's some dumb shit, man. But the first thing y'all do is pull your phone out. Ooh, look at such and such. Man, that shit cool, man. For real, man. That nigga just lost his life, and you trying to get likes. Tell me how that shit, man. You blog sites y'all out of pocket, man. Y'all trying to get clickbait, you suckers, man. That man laying on the ground, he bleeding out, and you recording it and posting it on the internet, man. Y'all clowns for that shit. I'm telling you, man. This the reason why I be hating niggas, man. I'm telling you, man. It just be us. I be hating niggas, man. Shout out to Takeoff, man. Rest in peace, man. Shout out to his family, man. We send our condolences to y'all for $1 million worth of game, man. Shout out to QC. Shout out to P. Shout out to Coach, the Migos, everybody, man. Hold y'all head, man. But y'all niggas stop that shit, man. That shit is not cool, man. Rest in peace, man. Takeoff, man. Love you, Neff.
My condolences. He's absolutely right. It's disgusting to pull out your camera and film somebody bleeding out on the ground. That. Who wants to see that? I didn't want to see that on my timeline. That made me cry, man. You see Quavo, that's his uncle. Quavo is Takeoff's uncle. See his nephew bleeding out on the ground. Man, that made me shed a tear, man. Condolences to his family, his mom. He's always shouting. Obviously, we know the famous ad-libs. QCP, Coach K, even Offset. Even though they were going through their issues, there was still love there. They weren't totally talking crazy about each other. They were just saying little things, but it was nothing crazy. They were still family. People go through issues, 504 says, pray for Quavo. He's in Aries. I know he's taking this hard. It has nothing to do with astrology, but Ja Rule says, R.I.P. Takeoff. This has to stop. Sending love to friends and family. Yeah, well, it's never gonna. This is just I hope that and it's nobody's fault. I'm not blaming Quavo. I'm not blaming any of them. But sometimes you just gotta realize is this worth it? Is it worth being in the environment, shooting dice? I'm sure that guy really couldn't take it because it was Quavo talking a lot of smack, and his friend pulled out a weapon just to show like they about that. It's like, dude, and Quavo's just looking at it like he's just having fun and just acting like a regular guy, but they don't look at it like that. Like, oh, he's got more money. You know, it's the insecurities that come around that. Can you really just go out and just hang out with, you know, like, is it safe? No, I guess it's not anymore, you know? Can't play dice and not get shot. You know, like that happens in the hood all the time, mind you. Dice games, snapping on people. People get shot over that. When you're that famous, do you really want to be around that anymore? And it's nobody's fault. I'm not blaming anybody. It's just like, is it worth it? You know, because look at what happens. You know, it's just like, you can't just have fun anymore. You know, Tiana Taylor. This is one thing I can't stand when someone passes, but you know, you know, they put pictures of themselves with the people, and then post it. So it's almost like a selfish post because they know they'll get reposted, and their image will be in it. She says, "Please tell me this is a bad dream, please. I don't want to believe this, little bro, please." Ugly God says, do you not realize these guys changed the whole cadence of rap when they came out? RIP Takeoff, this man has been staying out the way. Absolutely. Keeping it minimal, minding his own business since the beginning. If that's not enough to be left alone, I don't know. That's the thing about this. It's like, Takeoff didn't bother anybody. He ain't talk no ops, nothing, man. He rapped, he had fun, and he stayed low-key. You never saw him at any messy stuff in any blogs or nothing. He got hit with a stray. It's not even Quavo's fault. He was doing what he normally does. Plays dice, plays basketball games, talks smack. Nothing wrong with that. Miss Freeze says, for Takeoff family and friends, especially to all the young fans that have to hear this today, another senseless loss. He was only 28. Jacques says, the devil is working, but we know God ain't sleep. Rest in paradise, my brother. And this is the only person I could really like say like, okay, he took a picture with them, because like they all came up around the same time, you know? Like, look at this picture. This is like early 2011-12 right here. This ain't believable. Love you forever, fool. Migo family. Keep your head up. Jamil Hill says, I was in college when Biggie and I don't even know if I want to read what she said. You know, we're experiencing remote close to this again. Now it's happening so frequently that you barely have time to recover until someone else is killed. This one really hurts. You see, like, certain rappers, you're like, well, they were in the streets and they had ops. It was kind of expected. The shocking ones, kind of like XXXTentacion was shocking to me. Juice WRLD was super shocking. Takeoff. Young Dolph was... At that time, it was shocking because I thought all that beef was put to rest. But I'm not shocked about certain things that happen. And I'm not naming them all. Like, I'm just saying, like, quick ones that come to my head. I can't even remember everybody that passed. But, like, you know, certain things are just shocking. And this is especially shocking because he didn't talk. He was in no trouble ever. Designers crying on their CZ's done will rap. I don't even know if Designer really knew him like that. But some people do other things. Some C. Roy says, people can't still take off. A guy who minded his own business. It's unexpected. I didn't expect to wake up to this. I'd expect like to hear about somebody else versus this. Someone that had ops and, you know, they got cousin. Not Takeoff. Jeez. Well, I'll keep you guys up to date. I know this is pretty much all you guys want to hear about for the next couple hours because, like, more things will come out. I'll do a live in like an hour and we'll talk about it on live if you want to come on and, you know, I'll read off what you're saying in the chat. There's not really anything else worth reporting. I mean, I'm kind of stuck. I'm sure you all too. I think everybody is. This is sad, man. Like, if you love rap, hip hop, this is just stuff like this just leaves you stuck for a day or two, until like you're like, oh, it sets in. It doesn't even feel real. I didn't even know him, It's like, but you feel like like someone like that changed the game. These guys changed the game. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.